You know what? When I try this diet, I understand really for the first time what is feeling good. I didn't know what was feeling good because I never felt like this. We are three random strangers. We are all expats living in another country, basically. I'm Italian. I'm living in the Netherlands. Pumi is from Africa. From where? Which place?
I'm from Zimbabwe, living
Zimbabwe.
in the UK.
I've been to Kenya. It's another place totally, I know, but I've been to Africa. Beautiful place. I really miss it. And you are a Dutch, Patrick. Live in Ibiza.
I live in Spain, exactly.
Live in Spain. You live in Ibiza or move around Spain?
I live in Ibiza.
Instead of just talking about what happened strictly to the medical health kind of point of view, we like to have a chat about how this kind of change in our life change our lives all around, not only regarding how many times we go to the toilet and stuff like that.
I think we should start with our ages and how we found carnivore.
Yes, that's good.
I'm going to assume I'm the youngest on the call.
I bet you are.
I'm 34 and I found carnivore because I used to have fruit and juices and smoothies for breakfast, and I thought that made me the healthiest person in the world. And then one day, literally, I was in the grocery store buying some more fruit and something told me I need to stop. I don't know what it was, but I just had this feeling that my relationship with fruit needs to go.
Your instinct told you, no, don't do that.
Yeah. And then I went home and I started Googling, is fruit sugar bad? Because obviously you're told that natural sugar is not the same as refined sugar. And then I decided to actually ask the internet, is it bad or not?
The internet gave you the answer. So which one was the first influencer, doctor, whatever person that make you think, let me check other videos? This thing makes sense. It's not so stupid.
It was Dr. Gundry. Dr. Gundry is not even a carnivore, but he talks about lectins in vegetables.
Yeah.
And I think he does talk about sugar.
The beans, lentils, these things, right?
Yeah. Then I thought, okay, then I should go keto. If I cut out fruit and carbs, then I'm fine. Because according to him, if you have the vegetables without lectins, then you're fine. And then, of course, YouTube sends you videos about carnivore after you go down the keto hole. So
yeah, internet will because you're watching keto, they will start to send you videos about things around the low carb diets, let's say like that. Also carnivore, right?
So it was Saturday. I said to my husband, we need to go keto. The next day was Sunday. I said to him, I'm sorry, we're not going keto. We need to go carnivore. And he's like, what's going on?
Yeah, when you do the jump, do it straight. No,
yeah,
good
that's
idea.
What happened, in short. Because I found out the danger of carbs and sugar and vegetables. So I was like mind blown. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've been poisoning myself for so long.
Very interesting. So, Patrick, what about you? You are very much into fitness. So I was curious because you have six packs and everything. You are the real deal. You can show yourself, be proud of your body. I still have like flaccidity or the extra skin, loose skin, but who cares? Anyway, did you start from the fitness and then you change your diet or no?
No, not at all, actually. So I studied nutrition about 12 years ago, and I worked as a health coach, as a vegan health coach for quite a while. I used to live in Thailand at the time. I had a health food cafe in Thailand. I was doing juice detoxes with people, and I was trying to convince them, and I was convinced that the vegan lifestyle was the healthy lifestyle, the greener, the better. I turned out like this. I have quite a small posture by nature. And I was like skin and bones. So basically, to cut a long story short, a friend of mine introduced me into the carnivore diet. At first, I was like, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to have to eat plants.
From vegan to carnivore, it's quite a leap. No, it's
there
huge.
was a transition. There was a transition in between. I didn't go from vegan to carnivore, but there was a few years that I was very skeptic in the beginning because I came from a background where I was always drinking green juices, kind of like what Pumi said as well. You know, you're not so much the fruit juices, but mostly green, like really green juices. When I visited him, he doesn't live in Spain. He lived elsewhere. I did the carnivore diet with him just for 1 week. I was like, okay, I'll join you because I saw how amazing he looked and how good he was. And that just changed my life. Now, coming back to your question, did I come from a fitness background? No, I didn't. But once I started eating carnivore, I got so much energy that I had to do something with myself. So I started doing, at first, I worked at home. I still do at the computer. Every time I get up from the computer and I go to the kitchen or to the bathroom, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, because I had to get rid of energy. Now, of course, within a few weeks, that was not enough. So it's like, okay, I need to get into a fitness regime. So I started a fitness regime, just home workouts, just body workouts. And that was just under 2 years ago. And as you say, I've got a six-pack, which it helped that I wasn't fat.
How long? Yeah, it helps because it's important to have the right to fit in the right idea on how a fitness teacher should look, because it's like when we follow the doctors that tell us to do this or this or that, and then they're all looking very thin or overweight and sick and stuff like that. It's like it would be stupid, and people does it anyway, but it's counter intuitive to follow an influencer that is fat and is unhealthy, look sick, and
Well, it makes sense because that becomes a story like do as I say and not as I do. You want to be the example of what you're trying to show to the world as well.
You need to inspire by example. Exactly, bravo. Yeah, exactly.
So I started doing home workouts religiously, like in the beginning, 3 times a day, before breakfast, before lunch, before dinner, like 30 to 45-minute work for the first 2 months. Absolutely insane. Of course, I calmed down a little bit, but I'm still very active. And then I thought, because I have my background as a health coach and I studied nutrition and I've been on one side of the spectrum and now I'm on the other side of the spectrum, I want to help people, especially middle-aged men. And now I'm going to focus on middle-aged women as well. By the way, Pumi, I'm 50 years old, almost 51.
No.
I'm going to, thank you.
You look younger than me. Oh my God.
So the idea was I want to help other people to achieve the same, because if I can do it, other people can do it as well. So there was the idea, carnivore combined with fitness, because it's great to be carnivore, but it's also, if you want to have longevity, if you want to still be able to run around with your grandchildren when you're 70, 80, 90 years old, you need to take care not only through nutrition, but also through exercise of your body. And that is my intention, and that's what I'm doing.
Your hair is so not gray.
I know, but it's actually pretty good.
Look at me.
With this light. I should keep this light. But yes, I'm not super gray yet.
I'm like, I have the light from the back, from behind me. Let me fix this a little bit. Maybe I can put a little bit better lighting on me.
We can see it anyway, Dario. We don't need the light. We don't need the light. Yes. We see it. Yeah.
Anyway, look at my hair. It's like I'm super white. My beard is white, but I was already like this in my 30s. What can we do? I want to ask you one more question, Patrick, because I was interested. I want to let it go too much after maybe interview. We don't talk about it anymore. Your background, you said that you study fitness.
No, nutrition.
Nutrition, okay. Yeah, you study nutrition, okay. So you are a nutritionist.
No, I'm a health coach. I don't have a degree in nutrition.
You don't have a degree in nutrition, but for me the degrees are just bunch of people that tell yes, you know these things. So that is worth zero. It's just piece of paper. I don't have to have a degree from somebody else. Who cares what he think? I know. I need to be honest with myself, and if I think I can say something to somebody, is because I research it like hundreds of hours. I didn't go to the university and sit in a class. I check the doctors telling me these things. So we have our brain to understand information, and anyway we're gonna decide with our brain. Even if you are, they tell me that I'm sick, I have a cancer, I need to do a surgery. I will not go to the first doctor. I will check other 3, 4, 5 doctors. Maybe not me now, me before. Okay, let's say a normal person will check 3, 4, 5 doctors, and then he will decide anyway with his brain. So it's not the doctor to decide. So who are these people that tell you that you don't have a degree? For me, you have a degree better than any other person that have it stick to the wall. For me, you have interest in nutrition and fitness.
Yes,
and
I'm not a personal trainer though. So
combination. You're not a personal trainer, but you know. I mean, once people see your videos, they will understand that you are not like an impostor. Let's say like that. Okay. I'm a chef. I work all my life as a chef. I work in hotels. Now I'm working here in Netherlands in a restaurant. But now I resigned. So one of the things that what happened to me, this diet change, is that I change my body, my energy, but make me understand that life is not all about working and do the usual thing. We need to change our lifestyle to be happy and enjoy what we really are. The money, at the end of the month, if you can pay everything, for me, I'm the happiest person in the world. So give me new motivation, new intention to do more with my life. I resign from my job. I open a company that now I will start. It's catering related to my job, catering company, food, these kind of things. Plus, I have interest in things that I never imagined, like massages, these kind of things. I'm reading things about quantum mechanics, spiritual. So I'm like, my brain is like exploding, thinking about 1 million things. And I know that without this diet, this way of eating, nothing will be ever possible. So that's what I want to transfer with this podcast, however you want to call it, is that this way of eating is probably the ancestral style, that everything is correct. And if we eat in this way, it's not just feeling better, it's more than that. And once you know it, once you feel it, it's impossible to go back. So,
Dario, can I ask you a question? You work as a chef, but you follow the carnivore diet yourself. And as a chef, do you cook anything for your guests, or is it carnivore focused?
My motto is don't get higher on your own supply, like Tony Montana in Scarface. I cook for the carb addicts. I don't deal in cocaine. I deal in carbs and sugar. Yeah, I'm Italian chef, so I work in Italian restaurant. We cook pasta. I try to I don't use microwave. I don't use anything that is powder or stuff like that. Everything is homemade. Everything is as much as possible good quality. But in the fryer, we still use the seed oil, and it's matter of it's not my restaurant, so I cannot choose. Right. I had meetings with the owners. I don't want to go into these things, but anyway, I resign. But they don't want to change it, so what can I do? One of my business thing will be also try to supply and change the idea of places here in the Netherlands where everything is fried, like French fries and stuff like that. And because of the vegetarians or the vegans, they don't want to use tallow. That's the excuse, the reason. Coconut oil is more expensive, and sometimes the aftertaste is not the same thing. And they're used to this chemical taste of sunflower, peanut oil, or whatever they use.
For you, Pumi, what do you do in daily life, and how does your change to carnivore fit within your daily activities?
So about 1.5 years ago, my father passed away. At the time, I had a very stressful job, and I was vegan at the same time. And so I think that was the beginning of the end of my health, actually. The combination of my father passing, and he was everything to me. And he died in such a horrible way. He had the worst form of cancer that I know of. And it was just so traumatic. And because of his cancer diagnosis, that's actually what led me to vegan, because I started reading about how meat causes cancer. And, so that's what actually caused me to start the vegan journey. I thought I was helping myself. And so I was vegan for about 8 months. By the time I stopped being vegan, my face was not like this. At the very least, I was super thin. I had no energy, no libido. I was just feeling terrible. But I kept telling myself that this is how you prevent cancer, But then my body
that's the
started
same
telling
bullshit
me,
they told me. Yeah, that's why I was avoiding meat. I was mostly eating pasta and bread and these kind of things. My future.
Yeah. Even though I was a clean vegan, I wasn't eating Beyond Meat burgers and all of that. I was eating beans, chickpeas, and whole food vegan, but it still messed me up. And then I just couldn't cope at my job anymore after being one of the top performers.
No energy, right?
And also just so many symptoms. Vegan diet, the stress of the job, the stress of my dad passing, personal life stress. I left the job because I couldn't cope anymore. I started eating meat again, but I needed a year off, and the year has now come to an end. And thank God, by the time the year ended, I found Carnivore, because I feel better than I ever have in my life.
You look very happy in your videos, your smile, you look very happy, That's that's the goal now, to be happy. So I want to ask you, where you buy your things? Where you buy your food now? Something changed?
Yeah. We actually moved to a new area 6 months ago. So I'm still new to Carnivore. It's only been 2 months. So I'm still trying to find the perfect butcher and the perfect place to buy meat. But for now, I found this really great butchery online. They deliver grass-fed beef to my house. And they have
I saw that massive bag or a box that you got delivered. You posted that, yeah.
And it's 30% fat mince, and that's the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah, normally it's 8 to 10.
It's amazing. So for now, that's what I'm happy with. But I'm still looking.
You want to do a shout out to this company? Tell the name.
It's called
Maybe you put the link.
It's called I Devour, very popular in the UK. And the beef is from Ireland, which is apparently the best that you can get.
Yeah. Also here, I found Irish beef here in Netherlands. I bet also in Spain. It's famous.
Yeah,
perhaps. Maybe. Not on a small island.
And you, where you get your food?
It's really hard to know where so you have the distinction. If you go for the organic, grass-fed, pastured kind of ruminant meat, I'm sure you can find out exactly where it comes from. But I can't afford that, so I cannot buy that stuff. So I just go to the butcher, the normal butcher, or I just recently found a halal butcher, which is actually half the price of the normal butcher, and it tastes exactly the same. The only thing I know is that it comes from the mainland, but I don't know what type of cows it is. They don't really know. That information is all not available. I guess if I was living on the mainland, it would be different. But living on an island, the supply is just is limited. And I wish that I could order something like what you do, Pumi, and just get it. Although I wouldn't have the space, but it would be awesome to be able to order something like that. So I'm just stuck with butchers, basically.
I also think in areas like where you live, I haven't been to Ibiza, but I can imagine that there's a very big skinny trend and vegan vibes and whole foods. So like no one is focusing on meat anyway, and it's more trendy to be a skinny woman in a yoga suit. So I understand how you can be struggling to find lots of supply.
Well, there's a difference. Yes, what you say is completely true for a lot of the expats that live on the island, because Ibiza, of course, is an extremely spiritual island, and
like Bali, I was thinking also, right?
Exactly, it's like Bali.
Yeah.
There's a few of these hubs in the world where everybody is like spiritual as fuck, and they're all dressed in their yoga pants, as you say. But those are the expats. The locals are not busy with that stuff at all. But locals still live the local life. The Spanish people still do their tapas. They drink their 9 o'clock in the morning beer on the terrace, or their café con leche.
Okay.
They smoke their cigarettes.
I
There's
love
a
that
massive
coffee.
difference between
The coffee Spain with the thick latte, the thick milk, no? The condensed milk.
Oh, that one, no, that one I've never had.
I drink that in Madrid, condensed milk and the coffee. Oh my God, it was so good. Anyway, full of sugar.
Nice and
So
sweet.
yeah, well, you talk about something interesting, no? The morals of these vegans. Because what you say spiritual, and then you say the skinny vegan, they go to, and then I thought about the moral of the vegan. No, they really think they do the right things, no? Because they think they're not killing. Sometimes the spiritual people that are vegan, they think there is a correlation between karma and the suffering of the animal. So why don't eat? Why eating meat will not make you enlightened or stuff like that? And for me, it's no sense. Like it's really nonsense, because we all know that to have monocrops, you need to destroy the forest. You need to destroy the natural environment. So the animals. There is like a racism against animals. So there's animals that we need to protect, like cows, sheep, pigs. We don't have to farm them, and then we don't have to kill them in the butchers and sell their body parts in the butchery. The fact that the rabbits, the birds, the insects that live in an environment, the snakes, they all get kicked out, and then they get sprayed when they try to infest somewhere. So the birds don't have trees anymore. It's a greenhouse, because here in Netherlands there is production of food is unbelievable. So how small is this country? How much food is produced? It's unbelievable. It's really impressive. But anyway, this is something that destroys the environment, because you have only flat lands of grass or monocrops or greenhouses. So yeah, so these vegans, they want to do the right things, but is this the right thing? It's a question. Is this or are we guilty in killing animals anyway?
I think that, okay, how shall I put it? Within vegans, there's also a complete different direction of, okay, surely, if you look at monocropping, that is bad. But factory farming animals is equally bad as well.
Yeah. It's equally bad. That's what I say, equally bad. Equally bad.
So you have within the vegan, as I remember it from my time, within the vegan community, you also have a lot of vegans who just only want to go for organic foods. So they want to, or a lot of vegans that want to go for foods that are grown in a permacultural way. So where it's a more natural style of growing stuff, and not so much.
This will, the ideal is impossible in the society that we live now, unless we go really live in the forest, live in that would be ideal for me. Live like in a village where you go hunting and fishing, and maybe you have some goats and some cow for the milk. That would be perfect. But how? It will be a dream, no?
I know
be
it's
like
not
this.
But what I'm always trying to do is
I know what you mean.
I'm
just going to the last.
Just put myself into. I don't want to, because I've chosen the carnivore route now, and it makes me feel great.
No, I'm not. That's not this thing.
I don't want to. I still see where vegans are coming from.
Yes, that's what also my point is. I know where they come from. I know they understand that that's what they believe. That hurting is bad. And also the spiritual people think that the hurting the animal is correlated. The karma go to the meat, stuff like that. So I know what they are not evil people. Okay, that's what I really know. But they don't think that they are equally bad as us, not better or worse. So they cannot judge us like we cannot judge them. The attacks that we have online are like. Non-stop about these things, but also the dissing from us in general regarding also these people that talk bad about the carnivore diet, about giving heart attacks, not related to the veganism in general, the doctor, cholesterol and stuff like that. I see who cares? No, well, I mean, my point of view, I see a lot of like us carnivores making video against this doctor said this doctor said this, influencer said this.
Umi, you want to say something? I got plenty to say.
I was just going to say that I I will never be able to judge anyone for their dietary choices because I've been there. I don't know where I'll end up. So people have to do what's best for them or what they think is best for them. We're all on our journey, and the revelation comes when it comes. And that's that. I can't say that vegan was all bad for me. I learned so much about my body. Yes, I damaged myself in the process, but I'm glad for what I learned. You know, I know what not to do now. Otherwise, I wouldn't know. And I'm glad that I tried the vegan experiment because now I know I don't need to do it again. I know what works for me. I can't say it will work for everyone. I can't say vegan is bad for everyone. I can't say carnivore is for everyone, but it's working for me. And the only way to know is to try it for yourself. You have to experiment with your own body. That's it. And yeah, they do think they're more spiritual. We all think we're more spiritual than each other. Everyone thinks they're better than the other. So I'm not going to judge them for it. They think I'm better. I think they think they're better. That's that. We don't have to fight about it.
We don't have to fight. That's my point. Stop the dissing. Stop making video about this and that. Too much hate.
Dario, you didn't tell us how old you are and how you came to carnivore.
Yes, I will. Let's keep this question. But I want to know Patrick will say I have too many things to say.
True.
Well, the thing is, I think a part of it is what Pumi said as well. Everybody, whatever you think and whatever you believe, you're always right. Because there is no absolute right and there is no absolute wrong. It's just your way of seeing the world. So if people see the world, because we all see the world just like this, and we all see it through our own lenses, which automatically makes it the right way. But it is not the right way. It's just our own right way. So if somebody else sees the world from a different angle, that can also be the right way, at least in the sense that they see it as the right way. There is no right and there is no wrong. There's only right and wrong in a binary system, which is the reality we live in, but it doesn't make something absolutely right or absolutely wrong. Now, when it comes to, for example, food, as you say, Pumi, I think the best thing to do is just experiment. Try it. Go on a hamburger, McDonald's diet, see how you feel. Go on a green juice diet, see how you feel. Go on a carnivore diet, see how you feel. And eventually you will find out what works best for you. In my personal opinion, most likely, not necessarily, but it also depends on your age. When you're in your 20s, maybe early 30s, you can still wreck your body quite a bit without actually realizing it because your body is really resilient. As you get older, you get punished more and more for the things you do to your body. When I was 25, I could go with a sleepless night and I'll be fine. Now, if I sleep less than 6 hours, I feel like a truck hit me. So as you get older, those things have a bigger effect on you. So also diet, I believe. So try it and see what works for you. In my experience and in my opinion, and also looking at how mankind came to be over the past hundreds of thousands of years, we've always relied on a meat-heavy diet, not on a vegetable-heavy diet. So our system, our evolution, has been created in a sense in collaboration with our diets. So meat is our preferred fuel source. Surely people can live off vegetables. We are kind of what I believe facultative carnivores. So you have, like, in the carnivore system, in the carnivore world, you have two types of carnivores, right? You have the obligate carnivores and you have facultative. Obligate carnivores are basically 100% carnivores. So they're like lions, cats, polar bears. They just have to eat meat. They cannot live off any type of other food but meat. But you also have facultative carnivores, which are animals that get at least 70% of their daily calories from animal protein, but they can live off something else if they have to. For example, dogs. You can give dogs your fried rice chicken day in, day out. They'll be fine. They're not going to thrive, but they're going to survive. In my opinion, humans are facultative carnivores. So
yes,
the more we lean towards a meat-heavy diet, the healthier we're going to be. But it doesn't mean we cannot live off a plant-based diet. It's just not what is going to bring us prosperity. Sometimes we've wrecked our bodies so much that even introducing meat is going to be
like
hard
me.
for our bodies.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in general,
Any
I think the
change?
reason why we see so much anecdotal stories from people changing towards a meat-heavy carnivore diet, if you wish, and coming out so radiant and dropping all these skin issues and inflammatory issues and bowel issues and whatever else, is because they're now moving towards what Dr. Shavy, for example, calls, and I like that expression, a species-appropriate diet. This is what we've grown up in. Neanderthals, all those guys back in the days, they were hunter-gatherers, but they didn't really gather. I mean, what do you gather when there's hardly any, there's no spinach or
It's
Brussels
seasonal, it's
sprouts
small,
flow.
it's hard to
gonna be meat.
cook. Yeah.
So
So
that's, but I think you got to try. Coming back to what Pumi says, just try.
you need to know your
Just try
body.
it and
That's
see
you
how
need to
you feel.
experiment. That's that's something that I did also different. And before you ask me how old I am, I'm 45, almost 46, end of the month, and I never been healthier or more energetic than now. So I feel better now than in my 20s. We need to experiment with our body. We need to understand by ourselves what's good or bad for us. And but you know what changed? When I try this diet, I understand really for the first time what is feeling good. I didn't know what was feeling good because I never felt like this. So for me, the best thing is try to eliminate everything from whatever you're eating and go only to do what they call the lion diet for maybe 1 week, not so much, and then 1 week, 2 weeks, even whatever how much you can hold it, the better you will detoxify. But do it gradually. Don't go straight to because any change is painful. I did the keto like this. I understood that I need to produce ketones. The best way is don't eat for 3 days. So I did eat for 3 days. The third day my head was spinning. Then I ate some eggs, and then I died. was a bad experience. So don't go strictly. Start to eliminate. My suggestion is start to eliminate slowly. That's what I did. I lost 30. I passed from 115 to 88 kilo in 5 months, and then in 5 months was like after 2 months already. I like the color changed, everything changed, everything become brighter, everything better. I feel so strong. I start to don't feel pain anymore when I bend anymore. Anyway, before I was bending up and down, my head would start to spinning. I went to the toilet 3 times every night, and then start to be 2, then start to be 1, and then suddenly I don't wake up anymore going in the toilet. No more apnea, no more snoring. I had 75 apnea every night. I was risking my heart. That was the thing that scared me, that took me back to the low carb diet, because I was already doing keto years before. I did the vegan, I did the fruitarian, the green juices. I did all of the things that you said that before. I did that. So I try all of these things. I know my body. Then there is this theory of the blood diet type. I have no idea if it's true or not, but coincidentally, I am zero positive. So I also, in theory, they are right because I'm eating what they say, and it's also correct, but I have zero clues if there is any correlation. So I'm not saying anything about it. Just want to mention it because researching is important. You know. You are an A, so it doesn't matter. See, now you are a case
interesting.
Interesting. See, I find out something. So this diet might be blood type diet, might be just bullshit. Just one more question, just a provocative question. It's a joke. Why somebody will consider us fake carnivores? What is your guilty pleasure? Let's close it on this, maybe, and then one day we can have another chat, maybe. So let's start to Pumi. What do you eat that is not strictly carnivore?
Lemon.
That's
I have
lemon. Oops, my God, I'm moving the camera. Bye. Lemons.
I have lemon in my water because I like the taste, and I just can't let it go. For now, I'm very strict. I'm still new, so maybe.
Yeah, that's do it. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. That's what I was saying. Reduce to the minimum, and then slowly, maybe you can reintroduce something and see what happened to your body. Because why we need to suffer if it doesn't affect our health?
You,
Patrick.
Well, I'm much more flexible than you are. I mean, I'm what Paul Saladino called the animal-based diet, which I still like. I've just explained. I'm happy that you're asking the question now and not before. The thing is, what I think we got to watch out for is that this becomes as religious as veganism. You know, I made a reel about this. But be wary of militant carnivores. If you say you're a carnivore and you eat a banana, then you get ostracized. Like
your video. I remember your video.
Then it is like it becomes like Scientology.
Yes.
And I don't think it should be that way. I think there's a different way that it works for everyone. For me, I'm not a carb addict. I've never been a carb addict. I eat fruit, not a lot. I have some berries in my smoothie. I have a banana in my smoothie after my workout. I eat some avocado and sauerkraut. The reason why I eat sauerkraut is because I like the soury taste, the contrast exactly with the fatty meaty food.
Fantastic.
But I'm not a carb addict, so I can easily eat some fruits without going down the slippery slope. A lot of people can't. For them,
so when you talk to a client of yours, you can tailor-made what you think is better for them. If they consider themselves carb addict, you can suggest them don't touch any sugar, right? For him.
In the program that I do, which is 3 months, they are strict carnivore with the only exception of avocado and sauerkraut, but no carbs other than that. Simply because I would like them to experience that for 3 months. And then after 3 months, they can adjust, but they're free to do that, to adjust their diet. But at least they've lived without carbs for 3 months. So hopefully the addiction is gone. But because I realize a lot of people are addicted to carbs. So I'm a little bit more flexible because this works for me. I'm totally fine. I feel great. I'm not afraid that I start going down eating bars of chocolate or grabbing a Snickers from the supermarket, because I'm just not interested in that stuff. So I feel like I can be more flexible. So yeah, I feel like I'm still carnivore, but I'm facultative carnivore. And then, like I said, Paul Saladino calls it animal-based. And I have to watch out when you write stuff online because people are like, "Oh, you're not carnivore." It's such a religion. We are just like vegans. If a vegan was to eat one piece of chicken, they would get ostracized by the vegan community. And I think we should just all chill out a little bit.
Yeah, relax. You want to know mine? I'm a bad guy. So because of my job, I'm experimenting. Because also of my new business, I will propose other than Italian food, because I need to do a little bit of prostitution, of course. But I will propose also an hypercarnivore cuisine. So basically, it's gonna be meat-based, and then I'm gonna use some dry fruit. That's what I'm basically sometimes eating, like dry figs. Because I read that there is a kind of sugar in the figs, in the dates, that is not so bad, that is not so caloric, but I hate this word, forgive me. And it's good for the liver, so helps to balance the sugar in the bed. It's lulein, I don't remember, with research, I will send you the name. So I just now, for example, that's the second time I put this in the coffee. It's slightly sweet, there's no aftertaste. And we'll see. If I get fat, then it's not good for me. I go back. I don't care. And this dry fig, sometimes I put like a chocolate, like the dark chocolate, 99%, 98% dark chocolate. So it's super mega fat. There's no sugar basically. And I put in these figs. And that's the sugar that is in the figs. Is basically the one that I'm trying to experiment with to make some dessert, like panna cotta, these kind of things for the restaurant, for the catering for my business. And then this kind of things, dates, we'll see. And then I like a lot this kind of dry fruit with the meat. You should try, like a sausage, and then you bite one of the dry fig, and then you eat a sausage or some burger. Maybe a little bit of honey, not for me because I don't really like honey, I don't go for honey. But for the catering, yes, I can propose. It will still be like 95% meat, and then the 5% rest can be something like sauerkraut or the Japanese the Japanese pickles that
Kimchi.
are the kimchi, that Korean very spicy, this garlic. I hate garlic. No, it's the pickles, Japanese pickle. They have very, very strong taste. The one that you eat when you go to the sushi restaurant, and it's very like ginger or stuff like that. You need little to have very strong taste. So like you can make like a mini burger with sago gonzola on top, some of the honey or maple syrup, for example. So you have the contrast, the sweet, the meat, the savory, and then you have a little bit of this contrast from a sauerkraut or whatever. You have a bite of that, and then it's full of taste. So I'm developing this kind of food cuisine and call it hypercarnivore ancestral cuisine. So that's what I'm trying to propose as business. That's what I'm basically eating, not so much on the honey for myself side, but I'm experimenting with some kind of different things now lately, because basically I've been strict carnivore for 3 years, and I only allow myself like a couple of ice cream a year. And now yesterday I bought this Häagen-Dazs. I checked that there's 20% sugar, but there's
Watch
no
out,
other.
it's a gateway drug.
No, I bet. No, I bought it for the kids, not for me, because we went to the shop yesterday to get a cone, and it was closed because it's still winter here. So I went to the supermarket and I checked the best ice cream with less ingredients, and I found that one, and I tried. It's not so sweet. So a teaspoon will not kill me, I bet. No, that's what I want to mean. Just relax. Carnivore community, relax.
Exactly.
Last words?
I think we covered quite some nice topics there. What I just want to know from you guys is your handle, Dario the Hypercarnivore and Carnivore Cutie. How did you guys come about to call yourself that way?
Because one time, you know why? Because I was looking find a name for my Instagram, and then basically I could not find the carnivore chef because somebody else was calling like that. So then I listened to a podcast about Joe Rogan was talking about this hypercarnivore diet. Basically, we are hypercarnivore species. So I like this word. It sounds nice, hypercarnivore. So that's why I choose it.
Awesome. And you, Pumi?
So I have always...
You're cute.
Yes, and I don't actually like it. I don't.
You wanna
like
be
that.
badass. You wanna be like this.
People have always said I'm cute and I'm like a child, and I've always hated it. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to embrace it by creating it.
Very good.
I've always disliked being called cute, and people tell me I look younger than I am, and I never liked it. And then the older I'm getting, the more I'm like, wait, this is working to my advantage.
You're not getting older. With this diet, you're gonna get younger.
Yeah, so that's it. And I also liked the alliteration of the C and the C. That's it.
Excellent.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. It was very nice, this chat.